Hi guys, welcome to the Skillshare class, super easy ways to make your Etsy shop popular. In this class, I'm going to be teaching just a few ways to make your Etsy shop stand out among the millions of shops out there. I know many of you are creatives, you love to paint or draw or design things, or perhaps even you'd like to sell photographs on Etsy. But it's a super busy, popular platform, and it's hard to get your listing seen. It's hard to make sales. So I'll be sharing a few quick things you can do that will help you make your listing stand out, make your store more popular, and get more sales. I hope you'll join us.
To start off in this Etsy class, one of the biggest things you can do to make your shop stand out, to get your listing seen more, is to focus on the words you're using, on SEO or keywords, tags, titles, all that type of stuff. Because Etsy in and of itself is mostly a search engine. Some people might buy directly, you might see something on Pinterest or whatever, but a huge amount of your sales hopefully will come from having really good copywriting, it's called. So we're gonna look at some creative ways to have really good titles, to just stand out in this way. It's super important. So one of the number one things to do, which literally you should do with every single listing. So every listing on Etsy lasts for 4 months unless it's sold, and then you have to renew it. So when I go to make a listing, and I do this also on other platforms as well, if you have a Cafe Press store or Society 6, Zazzle, something like that, this also counts. I even use this system for blog posts as well. But to kind of step back and think, okay, if it's October 1st and you're about to list a pair of earrings you made in your shop, this listing will last for 4 months. Hopefully it'll sell sooner, but what are some holidays, what are some seasonal things that I can put in the title, in the tags, in the description, and things like that, so I can get those people searching. So maybe it is Christmas gifts, obviously. That's an easy one. October, November, December, January. December is Christmas or Hanukkah. You could even potentially put in as a keyword in the title or description or in the tag section Valentine's Day, because someone might be shopping ahead. Maybe your earrings don't sell or you're listing multiple of the same one, so maybe someone will actually be looking for Valentine's Day gifts around middle of January. That will work. Stuff like that. If you have There are some things that aren't really seasonal, like wedding stuff is semi-seasonal, like spring and summer, but there's plenty of people that get engaged at Christmas or Valentine's Day, as we know. So doing something like engagement gift. Maybe your earrings are a great gift for someone's engagement party. I don't know, who knows? But stuff like that you can think about. And I also, in the shop resources, in the class resources, there's a mind map that I've given you. So you just write in your product, your earrings, your ceramic mug, your WordPress theme that you're selling, your invitations, coloring book, whatever it might be. And then you can branch off things that are related. You can do Christmas, and then Hanukkah will branch off of that. Yeah, stuff like that. So you can just use this to brainstorm and really think, because the more unique keywords you can think of, the better you'll find stuff. So we can do an example of gifts for mom. That's a great one. So this could be in your title of your item. And that would be really awesome to get you to stand out. So you see, mom established 2016. That's cute. That's also, see, they're using gifts for mom, baby shower, new mom gift, Mother's Day could go in there as well, although that's a ways from now. But that is what we're talking about. We want to see those things in your title, and then the tags and description are also, there's 3 places you can put keywords. So before you have any listing, when you really know what you're going to be selling, you should really be sitting down and brainstorming all the holidays, all the related things. Maybe you're selling a mug like this. That could be a good housewarming gift. And that's a very little used keyword I've found. A lot of the listings that I used to have, if I put housewarming gift, it wasn't super popular. Obviously now it's getting a little more popular because Etsy is huge, but if you have anything that can be considered a housewarming gift, this is a great keyword to use. So I hope that makes sense. And when you create your listing, I'll show you, photos are important. Your title has 140 characters. Use those to include as much stuff as you can. Category is important, but again, a lot of people don't search Etsy through the categories. They search it, using the search bar. In your description also gives you another layer of keywords. So don't make it spammy, and you want your description to have a story attached. I like to tell people when I teach Etsy classes that the first sentence or two should evoke some sort of emotion. It should be, this is a vintage Pyrex I'm selling. Imagine this in your kitchen feeling like you're back in your grandmother's kitchen baking cookies with her. Something like that. To evoke some sort of emotion. This is a wedding invitation that will stay on people's fridges for years to come. Something that you'll frame and have as a momentum for years to come because it's so special and unique and custom made just for you and your husband, etc. You want to evoke a little emotion. And then you can get more into bullet points. Good for housewarming gift. So I like to call this the third level of for baby shower gift. You can do that kind of stuff. So you can use bullet points where you're getting the third level of keywords that you've brainstormed. But definitely put in some time to this. I even sometimes do a Google spreadsheet or Excel spreadsheet on terms. And then there's the other thing is tags. Tags are also pretty important to look into. You get 13 words. So, housewarming gift, baby shower gift, bridesmaids gifts, stuff like that. So it's very good. You get 13 keywords here, and you get 140 characters in the title, and then tons of room in the description. The description is good if it's short and sweet, but you can still include some keywords in the description to help people make sure it's right for them, to help people find it. It's super, super important. So don't forget to go to the class resources, download your mind map and some of the other worksheets I have there for you and some of the resources linked, and really spend some time on your keywords. It's super important, and it's one of the best ways to get your listing seen by way more people and then get more sales. So with Etsy photos, one of the biggest things is, they're huge, they're essential. An important way to make your shop stand out is good photos. So you get 5 photos in your listing, and highest quality as possible. You could even be using your iPhone or your iPad or something like that, but high quality is important. And they do have a size requirement of at least 570 pixels. So if you're putting it into Lightroom or Photoshop or something, you can't crop it too small. Super important to look at. One of the biggest things that I like to tell people about photos is, we all know the old adage, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So you can spend 10, 20, 30 plus minutes coming up with your 20 plus keywords that are really awesome and really important. But if your photos suck, then you're not going to get as many clicks when people come to your site, when people come to your shop, when people search things. Your photos really, really matter. So my best advice is to make your photo look personable. Make it tell a little bit of a story. Make it show off your product. So a picture that I love, I just found this on my homepage from my friend's shop. They're kind of showing off what it would look like on your Christmas tree. It's an ornament. So they're showcasing it in a great way, something that makes sense people are going to see how it would fit into their life, if that makes sense to you. And then they're going to show some other angles of it, which is really important. Show multiple angles, especially if you're doing something that you've made, like jewelry or whatever. Show some other angles. Show it, kind of up, down, and all around. That really, really matters. Let's do bracelets. Showing it from multiple angles is pretty important so that people don't have as many questions. Someone might ask, this is not a good example, sorry guys. Someone might ask, how big is it or whatever. I might wonder how big that stone actually is. So showing it sort of in a relative way next to a quarter or something like that, it might work. Your first photo, you really want it to be, you want your first photo in your listing to stand out. Then the extra photos, like this one, might be my top photo, but then I might show it either on my wrist in the next photo or, next to some sort of household object like a pencil or a quarter or something so people understand more of a size reference. But your first photo needs to stand out. It needs to be impressive in some way. It needs to catch people's eye. So that's the most important part. Photos tell 1,000 words. So you get 5,000 words extra in your photos. So use all 5 photos if you really can. And it's not a huge deal to not have a camera or anything, but just really try to think, how can I showcase my product, at least in the first photo, that people will be like, oh yeah, that totally fits into my life, or, that totally fits into my girlfriend's life, she'll love that as a gift, or that totally fits into the vibe for my wedding that I'm going for, stuff like that. You want them to imagine that they own it based on the photo that you're using in the first photo. This is a great example. I can imagine myself holding that champagne flute. I can imagine it sitting on the table of my bridesmaid's brunch or whatever. So you wanna show it off and showcase it in that way. That's the first thing that you want to do for your products. All right, let's get to some advanced outreach for your Etsy shop. Again, Pinterest. Love it. It's very, very good, especially if your kind of target market ideal client is female, but it's good for a lot of things. But I want to touch on Pinterest ads because it's something that I've played around with a little bit and it can work very well. You just click create an ad. When you're on Pinterest, you have to have a Pinterest account, of course, and then get traffic to your website. Then you copy your, you have to pin your link first. So go over to your listing, put it on Pinterest like normal, and then this will show, you just pick a pin, you put in your budget, your name. Budget can be as simple as $5. I've gotten probably a dozen clicks or so, and then you pick a pin, and you're pretty much done. All you have to do is add in like some interests, some keywords, stuff like that. It's very self-explanatory, but it can be super cheap to run. So I highly recommend you spend a good $5, $10 to at least test it out. It's a huge boost to traffic and sales, at least I've seen in my shops. But it is kind of an advanced strategy, so you have to be willing to spend some dollars. Another thing that I haven't personally tried, but I've had some students in the past who have tried, they've used this website. I think it's Wanelo, something like that. But it's very similar to Pinterest. And from what I've seen in my students and my clients is it's super similar to Pinterest, but it's almost less popular than Pinterest, which means each photo you put up gets seen by more people. Three Bird Nest is a huge Etsy shop. It makes like thousands and thousands of dollars a month. But it's very similar, and it's a really great way to get your product seen by people, and it's free to join. Another one that I've had success with, not personally, but I've seen my students use is polyvore. And again, polyvore stuff tends to get put on Pinterest a lot, like the photos that you make. So it might be worth it if you have, handbags that you're selling or something fashion related, bags, dresses, stuff like that. Even like makeup and essential oil stuff can really help. Also, places like this, like Wayne Low, Pinterest, Polyvore, they can help you find some trendy keywords to use. So it's a good place to kind of do some keyword research as well, or some market research. My last favorite tip for you for outreach is IFTTT. It stands for if this then that, and they no longer have an Etsy app, at least at the time that I'm recording this, but you can come to your shop and it's just like basically etsy.com/shop name, I'll just put it in here, and then feed. You want to do that. That will typically work, so you'll have to double check it, but copying, pasting this into IFTTT will allow you to then, whenever there's a new item added to your shop, or you can narrow it down even more with keywords. But a new item, so you add this, then there's actions that happen. And the actions you can set up can be pretty much anything. So you can have it do, if the Etsy feed has a new item, you can have it put into a Google spreadsheet so you keep really good track. You can have it, that's really good for bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is super important. So you can do that. So it goes to a spreadsheet. You can have it go to a Pinterest board for automatic marketing and outreach. You can have it go to Tumblr automatically. You can have it tweeted automatically, even sent to Medium automatically if you use that. It's super, super good. Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter are ones that I would definitely set up, and Tumblr as well, if you like to use Tumblr. It can just automate your marketing at least a little bit, so your outreach is happening a lot, and it's happening without you having to spend a lot more time and energy on it, so that you can spend more time making your stuff and creating, which is why we love Etsy, right? It's to be creative. So I hope this really helps. I really strongly recommend you do not skip the marketing or outreach portion of this class or of having an Etsy shop. It's super important to get it seen by lots of people and to gain more traction. It's kind of a snowball effect. Starting out on Etsy can be hard because there's a lot of shops, but the more you focus on good keywords, good photography, some decent branding, telling your story, sharing stuff on social media, all of those things work together to help you create a really solid foundation to make your shop stand out from the crowd, to make it popular, to make people keep coming back for more. So the next step is branding your shop. This is really important to stand out. One of my favorite business resources is canva.com. Again, it will be linked in your class resources. But they have free ways to make Etsy cover photos and Etsy shop icons. And I'll show you some great examples. This is a great example of a shop header. She just did a simple mock-up of some of her popular products. This is another great one where she's using sort of a template, which you can get on Canva, to give a code, a discount code, which can be really great. And she's got this cool little icon that she made, which is really fun and makes you kind of show off, if you will. It's a little it evokes some emotion, which is really important in branding. So it's not just a simple logo, but I do know a lot of people who will put a photo up here in your header instead of making a kind of a mock-up or a graphic. That can also work, but you want to have your photo, if you can, as a shop owner, to really make this stand out. When people come to your actual shop, like homepage, you want it to pop. So it is a really great idea to have a coupon code up here, because that will really entice people to buy up front, and then you can keep getting more repeat sales, which is really important. But these are great, and there's really awesome free options, and you can spend about $1 to get some more intricate designs. You can see these are free, but there are often some that are paid. This one would cost you $1 because it has that background. And there's a lot you can do with Canva. You can use a photo, you can get some different elements in here with like illustrations to kind of showcase stuff. You can make seasonal graphics, which is really fun. These are great illustrations for summer, and a lot of them are free. Again, some might be $1. There's different grids. You can put multiple photos together and make a really fun template that's a little bit easier than using something like Photoshop. But this is a great way to make your shop stand out, is to make an icon that's simple but evokes some emotion. Maybe it's a little silly or whatever. And then another cover photo that makes you stand out. You can use consistent colors throughout. I would recommend maybe tie them in together with the same illustration if you're going to use an illustration, or like your logo. The same font would be really great, but definitely the same colors if you can.
Hi guys, welcome to your project video. What I love to do in my Skillshare classes is have my students share their work as they work through the class and apply the tips and techniques I've taught in the class. And I do this because it can be such a game changer to maybe show your work in the class below and post some of the keywords you've come up with for some of your listings. Or maybe you're gonna share some of the outreach things that you've come up with, some of your marketing. Maybe you're gonna start an Instagram for your shop, or try some Pinterest boards, stuff like that. Sharing those in some of the classes I've taken and some of the classes I've taught have been absolute game changers to help us all brainstorm together, to support one another, maybe share some resources that we didn't know about that can really help with marketing, or finding some keywords that really help your listings get sold, stuff like that. So please feel free to share whatever work you've done already in the project below. It can be your keywords, your mind map. It can be even just a link to your Etsy shop or your listings and asking for feedback. Believe me, it can really, really help to have a lot more eyes and ears on your listings, on your photos, on your graphics, whatever it might be, and have more brains to help you brainstorm or give you feedback, because it can really, really be a game changer and lead to more sales and more followers for your shop and a lot of good stuff. So thank you for being in this class. Please, again, share your project below and let's brainstorm together. Bye.
The 2021 super easy ways to make your Etsy shop popular update videos. There's going to be a few, and in this first one, I wanted to reiterate how to have a really standout Etsy shop without breaking your back, without spending a million hours and doing a million different things. Because there are a lot of tips and tricks online, there are ads, there's social media, and I want to make it clear that you don't have to spend money on ads, you don't have to do a million different things every week. You can succeed on Etsy while keeping it simple and minimal and focusing on the important things. If you've taken some of my other classes, you know I'm all about, the simple business principles, and for Etsy, it's no exception. So these might sound a little base, but they are very important. Quality products. This sort of speaks for itself, but unfortunately, Etsy, like other online platforms, has had a run-in with some shops offering pretty crappy products. They buy online and they resell. They might have a photo of one really pretty dress and you get something totally different and gross in the mail. So quality products also matter for that aspect of, number 2, customer service, but also getting repeat customers and good reviews. We'll talk about the sort of Etsy algorithm and scoring system in the next few videos, but reviews really matter for that. So quality products and good customer service are essential. And again, good customer service, number 2. It sounds too simple, but it really matters. Replying to conversations rather quickly, within 24 to 48 hours probably. It doesn't have to be right away, but the sooner the better usually. And just kind of treating your shop as if you did have a cute little boutique on Main Street with a, open sign and people coming in and out on a good day. You want to kind of try to have that feel about your shop, because it is similar. It's just online, of course. You don't have a regular address, but it helps you to get in that mindset of, I have a cute boutique and I want to offer, things that are like that, just in a virtual space. And then 3 and 4 are absolutely essential. If you focus on these 4 things and you just went through the list and you made sure you were doing really well, and then you got your shop to level 1, pretty good. You got some customers, you got some reviews, and then you go back through the list and you keep updating things and you get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. You will grow very well. Maybe not super fast, but you will grow a great solid shop if you focus on these 4 things. So keywords and product photos. We're going to talk about these way more in the next few videos, but they are absolutely essential. You can spend tons of money on ads, both on Etsy and social media. You can spend tons of hours on social media, do your own website. You can do, hire a photographer. You can do an email list, and those things are great. They might, be important down the line for your shop. But at the end of the day, if you don't have these 2 things done really well, you're not going to succeed on Etsy. Keywords, again, we're going to have a full separate video on that, and I have already a separate video on that, and it's still very valid even in 2021. And then product photos, again, my most important tip on this, which I had in the old video that's still on this class. Keep in mind sort of the habitat that your product will live in. If you're selling a backpack, it's going to be used by, a student or someone going to work. So show in your photos and videos if you can. Etsy has a new video feature. That's very important to use if you can. You don't need a fancy camera. You can use your phone or something like that. But showing your products in their natural habitat. Once you ship them out, where will they be? Try to show them in that light, and that will help immensely. Not just some kind of boring white backdrop photo, but show it, someone wearing the backpack, someone opening the backpack, someone pulling their laptop out of the backpack. Show the details of the pockets and the organizers and the buckles and all that stuff. So again, we'll get into that in our next videos, but it's very, very important. If you just focus on these 4 right here, you don't need social media, you don't need ads. If you just focus on these and keep going through this list, keep improving it, I promise you, you will build a very solid Etsy shop that has plenty of success, lots of customers, and good reviews. See you in the next about keywords. Again, there's a million things we could talk about and go over, but I want to explain the most important ones. And I'm going to do that first in this video with a couple of examples that I've seen myself in my shopping recently. And then in the next video, I'm going to do a full-blown example shop, like if I was doing research. So in keyword research, this search bar is the most important thing. These are popular right now. Going through this might actually give you some ideas on a shop to start if you're really just starting out. But something I was searching for the other day for some sewing projects was merino wool fabric, and I found something very interesting. Now it changes, of course, because the algorithms, the scores, all of that. But when I first searched this, and you can still see it now pretty much, this store, Hobby Fabric, was the number 1. Almost all of the first results were from that shop. Even though, as you can see, there's plenty of other shops that sell other, fabrics. And then you'll also see right here that it's just under 4,000 results. With keywords, you're going to want to use the search bar, and you're going to want to look at this number right here. We're going to talk again in the next video about shop keywords, which are going to be like the whole brand keywords that you focus on. You you're gonna have to experiment with them, but we'll talk about that. But in your individual listings, the 30 to 40 characters at the beginning of your title is this thing right here. That's the most important. And in this, you'll see this talks about merino wool, fabrics right there, New Zealand merino wool fabric 100% merino, wool fabric right there. This is why merino wool fabric, this is why they're doing so well. And I want you, if you're thinking of, whatever thing you're going to sell, to look up your keywords in this manner. And they're going to be a little bit longer. You might not choose something like baby clothes because that will turn up 1 million or more results. You want something more like wool baby clothes or, custom baby onesies, something like that, so that you get, preferably for a listing keyword, which should be in the title, you're going to want something under 10,000 results, probably. If you already have a very established shop, you can play with a little bit higher numbers, or if you're willing to pay for some ads. But I definitely recommend keeping your listing keywords under 10,000, probably 5,000 results. And again, the first 30 to 40 characters are the most important. And also, when you do this research, you can start to see maybe some other things that you can offer in your shop because they pop up. And you can also see some other things that you can add into your keyword research. So merino wool fabric, 100% merino wool, wool fabric knit or wool fabric by the yard. And this also shows you that when you're searching stuff, like if I search blue merino wool fabric, blue would be an attribute in some of your listings. So that will come into your keywords. And I know that this might get a little complicated, but when you're going to choose this keyword, you're going to want to use it. You're going to do your research, look at the numbers, look at the competitors, see their photos, and see if you can kind of do it a little bit better maybe, or offer something similar. Look at their pricing structure and all of that, because fair pricing and fair shipping costs also go into the Etsy algorithm. So if you have free shipping, potentially, I always love to tell you to do free shipping because it helps lessen the calories people have to burn in their brains to look at your items. It's just, instead of offering something for $12 and $5 shipping, offer it for $17 and free shipping. That just helps people buy faster. And that's the good part about using longer keywords instead of just like baby clothes. People who search baby clothes are just probably browsing, window shopping. People who search really specific things are much more likely to click add to cart and buy now. But yes, you will see different things. Blue merino wool fabric. You don't always need to add every bit of keywords into your listings, because your tags, your titles, your attributes, your categories, all of those work together to create that sort of Etsy keyword algorithm. But you do want to do really solid research on a couple of keywords you can use for your listing. So I'll show right here, we did that. That was 4,000. Let's do 100%. Oops, 100% merino wool. See, it comes up with more results, but because of course you're talking now more into all the different categories. Again, categories are taking into consideration. But if you do 100% merino wool knit, yep, you're going to come up with knitting categories. So this just helps to show you're going to be playing with certain things in different categories. So because I use the word knit, this can come down into, 100% merino wool knit by the yard. But it also adds your sort of categories and your keywords in the knitting sphere, not just the sewing sphere. So I wanted to show these examples to help you do your research. In this case, for the shop idea, you might see in this hobby fabric shop, they're just selling pretty much merino wool fabric by the yard. And so what I would suggest in this case, and some people are going to sell, you might sell like handmade wood gifts, or we're going to talk in the next video about a shop idea that I had, which I didn't actually have it, but it's an example to help show these things. So their name is Hobby Fabric. That's pretty good because fabric is one of their kind of keywords that they are using a lot. But right here in the shop title, I would probably put something like merino wool fabric by the yard. Again, we're going to talk about this a little next, but your whole shop, you can have brand keywords, and you're going to want to choose probably 3 to 4 brand keywords, and they may or may not apply to all of your listings. But again, for this shop, I would put in the announcements and the title and some of the also in the listings, of course, merino wool fabric by the yard, 100% merino wool, New Zealand merino wool. I would put it in the about section, and I would definitely put a lot of really good kind of branding elements in here, behind the scenes photos, product detail photos, videos. But if you add in those keywords in a few different places, in your titles, of course, maybe not all, because see, they're selling some linen and stuff as well, but in most of your product listings, some of them, and then also in the sections and in the spaces where you can add in text, the about section, the shop title, stuff like that. That will also really, really help boost you within the Etsy algorithm. So the example video that I promised, this is something that I sort of accidentally discovered this winter when I was looking at crochet projects to do. And I wanted to show you, when you use something very vague like baby clothes, look at how many things show up. Look at how many results. That's quite a bit. And you're competing with a lot of different things. There's onesies, there's tags, there's handmade things. There's a lot. But if we go, and this is another fairly vague thing, crochet baby stuff. You're seeing a lot of different things. Some of it's not the greatest photos. And you're seeing a lot of different keywords in these first. Baby gifts, crochet baby blanket, cotton rattles, crochet baby rattles, booties, patterns, that's very interesting. So in this theory, I'm doing research on keywords and shop ideas. In this theory, I'm great at crocheting and I really love it, and I would like to start a business around it. In reality, I haven't crocheted since I was like 8 years old, but I thought about getting back into it this winter. So we're gonna keep doing some more deep dives. And when I click on search, crochet baby leads me to all of these results. Again, you want to pay attention to these things that auto populate in here, because they show things that people are actually searching. So these are great things to use for your first 30 to 40 characters in your titles. And again, you want to reiterate those in the first probably 100 or so characters of your description. But you don't have to reiterate it everywhere, remember, because titles, tags, categories, all of that plays a role as well. But I see baby blanket patterns. That's a pretty good keyword. Let's see where that goes. Ooh, 88,000 results. That's pretty good. And I see that some of the photography is not the best, so I might be able to compete with that. That looks really similar to the one that I had when I was little and my great-grandmother made me. Beautiful. I'm going to also look at the pricing here, because remember, these are like downloadable patterns. And I like that it's a downloadable pattern, because I'm thinking I could actually make the blanket and sell it, but I could also offer the pattern for people who just want the pattern. And that's 2 forms of income for me. Again, in my advanced class that Etsy took down, we had a section on digital products. And so I really would like to diversify in that way. That makes a lot of sense for me, because it's time consuming to actually crochet things, but it's worthwhile. But if someone wants to make it themselves, they can buy the pattern. So I'm making at least some money on the more passive side of things. Of course, you still have to answer questions and everything, but that's a nice boost to income. And I'm also thinking, well, if I can offer the pattern and the product for sale, people can choose between the two, and maybe I can also, down the line, when I have those first four, key things really dialed in, my shop photos are good, my keywords are great, my customer service is good, my branding is, all of that. My products are quality. I'm using the best quality sort of yarns I can get, and I'm offering those, maybe cute little branding touches within, the box when you open it. There's a nice little, postcard or something with a coupon code in it, all that stuff. I can kind of brainstorm that. Then I might maybe do a YouTube channel or a website with free patterns that can give me some ad revenue. But I like the idea of a YouTube channel where I sort of teach people how to do crochet stuff, and then it leads back to my shop. They can buy it, they can buy the patterns. The YouTube revenue would be nice down the line. Good idea. I'm going to keep researching this though. Let's see what else we can find. Crochet baby. Let's see what else it gives me. Crochet baby patterns, hats, crochet baby gifts. Let's see what that brings up. Because everyone's always being invited to like baby showers and stuff, right? That's really popular. Oof, that's a big number. And there's a whole variety of things here though. This is one thing that I'm liking is I can see crochet baby playmat, blankets. We still have patterns. We have toys, rattles, booties. These are all things that I can make. We're seeing that some have really bad reviews. Some are relatively cheap. Some are more expensive. Ooh, I can definitely do that. I've done that before. Okay, well, this is too big of a keyword, but we can keep going. Crochet baby gift patterns. Ooh, I see. Crochet baby gift box and set. Let's see what these pop up with. I like the results. It's under 5,000. Interesting though. It's coming up with some interesting like keepsake boxes and stuff. Huh, interesting. One thing I want to point out though, that when you search things on different computers, you're going to come up with different results sometimes. When I first searched this while I was researching for this class, I didn't come up with this or this or this. Because number one, there's different ads that are always being run by people. People will take them down, people will change them, people will change the keywords on their ads, etc. And Etsy's also always experimenting with keywords. So anyway, I do like this. What I'm thinking is, I can make different levels of gift boxes. I can add in one of these toys in one of them, booties in one of them, blankets in one of them. I can have like a $50 box and a $100 box and a $200 box with lots of different stuff in it. I can maybe even add in like a muslin, organic muslin that I buy at the store, like this, and then add it in. Maybe for a nice little branding customer service touch, I can add in something like, baby's first Christmas wooden ornament that I make. There's all kinds of options. I really like this box idea because it's unique. Baby shower gift, newborn baby shower gift set, welcome baby box. I see all these different keywords that I can research, so I'm going to write them down. I'm going to put them in a spreadsheet. I also just really like this idea because, again, there's so many different things I can offer, different price points. I can offer the patterns. I can offer the items individually, a rattle or a toy, or a gift box with a rattle, a toy, and a baby blanket that I can buy separately and add in. Or I can offer a nice box that's baby booties, a rattle, a toy, a blanket, and a burp cloth that I buy, organic Burt's Bees or something, and throw it in there. That could be $100, and it's a great kind of all-in-one gift. And I appreciate the idea of making something really sort of boutique, bespoke, because baby showers happen year-round and a lot of people go to them and a lot of people are looking for a unique gift. So I probably could get a lot of repeat sales. Someone might be buying 2 or 3 boxes a year for, new grandkids or coworkers, kids being born, stuff like that. I like that. It's very cute. These are fun. So I'm definitely liking this idea. But I wanted to show you how I would do these keyword sort of research. And you can also see how some of Inspire Baby Wear, Baby Gifts, these shops have really good, kind of keywords in the shop names, but also we'll look at them. We'll look at some more stuff. See, you want to have your keyword that you've chosen in the first 100 characters or so and the first 30 or 40 up here. That's pretty important, but you do want to kind of do it organically. In this title, I would have added some dashes or slashes or asterisks or something to kind of ease up on this many keywords. It is a little much. The product photos are good though. I would definitely sort of show what the box looks like when you open it and then show individual photos. Pacifier clip, that's a good idea. Interesting. So let's check out their actual shop and see if they've put in some good branding and some keywords. Okay. Oop, I like the graphics they have. They don't have a logo though, but they don't have really any keywords in there, but I like that. They don't have a shop section with any like keywords in it or anything. That could matter, like baby shower gift box set, if that's one of the keywords that you research and you see it's really good. They do have good reviews, that's good. Photos. This definitely could use some behind the scenes photos and some information. Again, this is another place where if you choose your kind of whole shop brand keyword to be baby shower gift box, maybe that's what you choose. You could have it in this title. You could also have it up here in this title, and some of your listings would want to use that as its first 30 characters, 40 characters. So I do like this idea. It is a lot better than something vague like baby clothes. Let's try actually real quick. I want to keep this video short, but what did I say? Baby shower gift box. Let's see what that comes up with. 58,000 results. That's pretty good for a keyword that you choose for your whole shop. Some of my listings could have this and could have this as their main keyword, and while incorporating the materials and the description and the other words in the titles and tags and attributes, crochet would come in there, sewing, whatever, knit, whatever other things would come in there, and it would still help to shore up those listings, but it would also give you a really good solid brand for being the baby box gift, store. And I'm loving this. These are some great ideas, but to be honest, I'm not 100% loving some of these prices, but I do see that some of them have more options available, so it's probably sort of, build your own box. Some of it's less items for less money, and then you add more. I also like the idea of looking up like gender neutral baby box set. That might be a keyword I look up. But some of my titles will probably be crochet baby gift box. Some of them might be baby shower gift box. Some of them might be like gender neutral baby gift. That's probably got a lot, but it's on the same, it's something to research and kind of narrow down. Oh wow, that actually is really low. So I would probably use this for some of my listings as well. And what I would probably do is list maybe 3 different options when I'm first starting out, and then I would probably copy them and have a second listing that's the same thing, but has some different keywords to try out, because you're gonna have to experiment. But I'm loving this idea, and I hope that this sparked some ideas for you. I have in the shop, in the class, there's a PDF for a mind map that you can use to start brainstorming some keywords, and really like take example some of these sort of product photos that are in the wild as they're supposed to be in the habitat, not really this, but something like this, or the gift box being opened. Definitely utilize some videos if you can in your products, and think about your keywords. You really want to have at least 3 to 4 well-researched keywords before you get started, and you want to hone those in, keep using them, make sure they're working. If they're not, go back to the drawing board and change things up a little bit. Experimenting is part of the process, but I hope this helps you to update your shop for 2021. Let me know if you have any questions in the discussion or in your project, and I will try to answer it as soon